Hey everybody, I just wanted to get on and let you know of a few things coming up over the next couple of weeks and how things are going to change in our social media presence on Facebook and YouTube and different things that we're going to be doing as Leslie and I anticipate the arrival of our baby boy. And I also just wanted to get us all on the same page about where we're at as far as the reopening process. And so I'm trying to make this a quick video to give you all of that in a snapshot and fully communicate where we're at in these different things. So Jude is going to be here Tuesday, no later than Tuesday. Hopefully he comes earlier and comes naturally. Otherwise, they've scheduled induction for Tuesday morning, and so you can be praying for us for sure. Tuesday, we'll be there at 7:30, and we're really excited for that. It's kind of surreal to be thinking about, you know, this time next week he'll be here and our lives will be totally different. We'll be a family of 4 and all that. So it's an exciting time. We look forward to getting on Facebook, on our personal pages, also within the church group, and just share some videos and maybe do some chat rooms, video chat rooms for you to be able to see Judah and all that. We're really excited about all that and be able to share that joy with you all. I know it's something I hope that brings joy to you in the midst of everything that's going on. I know that something that I've been longing for, been anticipating, and so I just think it's going to be an awesome time. So for the next couple of weeks, just want you to know I will be returning June 21st. That actually is Father's Day, which I'm already looking forward to that, and got a message brewing. Plan to put my son on the camera and to show him off to you during that sermon. And then Leslie will be returning 4 weeks after that. Our leadership team has graciously granted us 2 weeks paternity leave for me and 6 weeks maternity leave for her. It may be longer for her if there's any complications or anything, but that's what it looks like for us personally. Nick will be leading live worship music over the next 2 Sundays. So when you get onto Facebook at 10:30, you'll see him, and you'll see him leading some worship songs. There won't be any lyrics, but you know him pretty well. It's all the familiar songs that we know and love. And so we're grateful to Nick for leading us in that way. We won't be posting any morning devotional videos, but I do plan on scheduling some devotional content, just breaking up some scriptures that you can read. If I don't happen to get to that, I'm doing that after I record this video. If I don't happen to get to that, you know how to open your Bible and read and that. And so I hope that you'll do that. We still plan on having the prayer nights. Leslie and I won't be jumping on, but we're going to schedule the groups to open at the same time on Wednesdays at 6:30, and then on Sundays at 10 o'clock for the pre-service fellowship, and on Wednesdays is the prayer night, so you can still pray together. And if you need anything, if it's an emergency, certainly you can reach out to us. If it's something that you're not so sure, you want to respect our space, and we appreciate that, you can contact one of our stewards. They're the ones that have been making their rounds, making phone calls. Hopefully you've been hearing from them. And you can let them know if there's anything, and they can relay to us, and you can communicate with us that way. So that's what the next couple weeks look like. I look forward to meeting with you again and leading, bringing a message on Father's Day, the 21st. So we're excited for that. So here's our plans to reopen. I know that it was just last week, which oddly enough seems like forever ago, that our President Trump, shared some words about reopening houses of worship. And we quickly sent out a response via email and on Facebook to just let you know, first of all, for that coming Sunday that we weren't going to worship, and then it's been a week and we didn't gather this last Sunday. And that's due to a number of reasons, and I'm just going to share a few highlights on that. First of all, we would not be able to gather for more than 10 people. And if we had already established small groups, maybe we could have met in homes with less than 10 people now, but for us to gather at the church and exclude certain people, we just didn't want to do that. Certainly not at 10 people. When we do reopen, it's going to be at a certain percentage, and we will have to cap it off at some point, or at least be in some different rooms, but we didn't want to do it at 10 people. That was the state's response. That was the governor's response, that yes, you can reopen, but it has to be for 10 people or less. So also, just on a personal level, we knew that baby Judah was coming, that our paternity or maternity leave was coming, and we wanted to be with you when we reopened. Just on a personal level, wanting to be with you, and also we didn't want to leave the responsibility up to our leadership team to manage all of the different guidelines and things that we're going to have in place when we do reopen, just so you anticipate that. But we're also following the leadership of the District Advisory Board, and what they've encouraged us to do is just stay the course. We appreciate the President's sentiment and the words that he said, and we appreciate that he's on our side with wanting churches to reopen, but we're also wanting to do so safely, wanting to follow the guidelines of our state and respect that, and put political sides aside and just follow the guidelines that are in place. And as of right now, while we could meet for 10 people or less, we're just going to wait until we're able to make it a larger gathering at about 40% capacity of our space or less in phase 4 of the New York State reopening plan. So we are in our churches are a part of phase 4. We just started phase 2 yesterday. It was supposed to be Friday. It got postponed at the last minute on Thursday, and it started on Saturday for the regions that are able to do that. But we're in phase 4, and there's 2-week increments. So right now, at the earliest, we would be gathering on June 28th, okay? It may be that we decide to hold off even longer than that, again, based on what the District Advisory Board may say, and also just as a local board, because like we saw, it was phase 2 is supposed to start on a Friday, and late Thursday they said, no, we're not going to do that. And so we may just say, we're not going to wait on pins and needles Saturday night on the 27th to see if we are in fact going to reopen. We may just wait a week and wait for a full week after phase 4 has already started for us to reopen. We're going to discuss that with our board. I'm going to be getting back with the board and meet with them before the 21st when I return, so that I can fully communicate our reopening plan should the 28th be our first date back. Don't hold that in stone. That would be the earliest, but it will likely be later than that. I'll be meeting with the board to nail down our plan, to fully communicate that with you, and let you know what our return date will look like. But again, we're following the District Advisory Board. We're also following our local board, which even before I mentioned the District Advisory Board, the consensus on our local board was to just wait and to be patient. This was before the President had said what he did, but even since then, the consensus has remained the same, that we want to be cautious and play things safe and ride this out for a little bit longer. And we know that as much as we value gathering together and we enjoy being in the same church building and getting back to a sense of normalcy, we know that God is still on the move in the personal hearts of each individual person. And so as much as we value that, we know that we're not without. We know that God can use this time, can use this season to grow our faith, to increase our love for Him and our devotion to Him, and I hope that it's been that for you. If not, you have more weeks in order to do that. He's the God who has promised to never leave us nor forsake us. He's the God who is with us, our Emmanuel, our God with us. On this just past Pentecost Sunday, it's a day that we remember the Holy Spirit coming to earth to dwell within each individual believer, God fulfilling that promise to come and make His home within us. And so we know that being at church and worshiping together is an awesome thing, but we know that in this time, while we wait for that in anticipation, we know that God can do something in our midst right now. And so I hope that you have faith to believe that and are trusting Him with that, and are growing in this time and becoming better, and not bitter like many in the world are, but are becoming better in the midst of all this. So that's our plan. Really, it's just, as of right now, don't anticipate anything before June 28th. And it will likely be later than that, but we're going to fully communicate that to you. But just don't expect anything to be said over the next couple of weeks, because I'll be on paternity leave, and we'll fully communicate what things are like when I come back on the 21st. All right? Hope that makes sense. Feel free to send some questions or contact us, or at least contact somebody on our board with any questions, comments you want to make. We're open to that. But this was meant to just kind of relay that information to you. But I've already gone on for 10 minutes, but I hope it's been enough to get us all on the same page, and I hope I've been clear on everything. Won't see you for a couple weeks, but know that we love you, know that we're praying with you. Not only are we not with you in person, but we won't be with you on social media. We'll still be watching from our couches the worship sets that Nick does, and be praying with you. Maybe not in the group on Facebook, but we'll certainly be praying on Wednesday nights, and we always pray for you each day. And know that we love you, know that we are anticipating getting back together with you again, and looking forward to that. But until then, I'll see you again on June 21st with a little boy in my arms, and looking forward to that. So take care. We'll see you again soon.